guys, today I'm participating in Kin Community's biggest collaboration ever, the Christmas Cookie Countdown. YouTubers are going to be bringing you new holiday cookies every day in December up until Christmas, and I am sharing my gluten-free pumpkin pistachio cranberry biscotti. In a stand mixer, we are going to start with oat flour. Now, I never buy oat flour. It is so easy and cheap to make on your own. You just blend up oats, any kind, in a food processor or blender, and you are good to go. To that, we are adding baking powder, baking soda, salt, pumpkin pie spice, and cinnamon. Mix to combine. Once combined, you are going to add your pumpkin puree. Now this is going to be a great fat substitute for our cookies and give it that holiday flair. Now remember, pumpkin pie filling is not the same as pumpkin puree. They are very different nutritionally because the filling is packed with added sugar. We are adding our own sweetness with a little brown or coconut sugar and some stevia. Then you're just gonna let your stand mixer do the work. You may have to scrape down the sides here and there. And it's important to note that you can absolutely do this recipe with a hand mixer. You do not need a stand mixer. I've made it with the hand mixer using the dough hook attachments, and it works just fine. Then we'll add eggs and a little vanilla extract for flavor. Once fully mixed, it is time to throw in our add-ins. Today I am going with dried cranberries and pistachios. Not only are they an awesome flavor combination, but they are red and green, making them perfect Christmas biscotti. Once the add-ins are incorporated, we're gonna spoon our dough into some plastic wrap. Mold your dough inside the plastic wrap into sort of a loaf shape, and if you want mini biscotti, you could do 2 loaves. Next, you are going to take a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and sprayed and transfer your dough onto the parchment with the exposed side down. Here is where we get the classic biscotti shape. Take your dough and flatten it into sort of a rounded rectangle loaf shape until it's about 1 inch or so thick. We can then remove the plastic wrap and brush it down with a little bit of egg whites to help with browning in the oven. Next, we will combine some brown or coconut sugar, stevia, and a little pumpkin pie spice and sprinkle the sweet mixture all over the loaf. Now it is time to transfer our loaf into the oven, preheated at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. And you're thinking, that doesn't look like a biscotti cookie, but here is the cool part. Once we remove the loaf from the oven, we're going to want to wait about 15 minutes until it's cool to the touch before we cut. It's time to cut our loaf into biscotti shapes. Now I prefer to cut mine on the bias like so for a true biscotti shape, but it will taste delicious regardless. So you could stop here and enjoy a nice softer cookie, but it wouldn't be a true biscotti without that perfect crunch. We are going to take our biscotti cookies and place them on top of a rack, which is resting on top of a baking sheet, and return them to the oven for another few minutes. If you don't have a rack, it is not a problem. Just place your cookies on a parchment-lined baking sheet and be sure to flip them halfway through. If you want these softer, you can cook them for just about 10 minutes. If you want them harder, like a more traditional biscotti, you can leave them for 20 to 25 minutes. It is up to you. Now we have got our yummy biscotti cookies. They are perfect as they are, but we could make them a little more indulgent with chocolate. So melt your chocolate in the microwave or the double boiler method, whichever you prefer. Just make sure it is tempered properly. And I chose to just dip the ends of my biscotti cookies into the chocolate and let them cool. And there you have it. Yummy, guilt and gluten-free biscotti, perfect for Santa, a gift, or your own holiday treat. Remember that this is just one of 25 Christmas cookie recipes in the collaboration. New ones going live every single day, so be sure to check them all out, and they are all available on the Kin Community channel for easy access. And I know tomorrow is Thursday, which is our normal posting day, and we will still have a very special episode for you. It is one of my and your favorite holiday treats. I promise you do not want to miss it. For this recipe and more, you can head to mindovermunch.com. Don't forget to subscribe for new recipes every single week. Share this video to spread the cookie collab love. And remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch. All of December. That was redundant, sorry. Then you are just going to let your, because the filling nutritionally what is it? Then you're just going, once fully, we're going to flatten that rounded rectangle loaf shape. I don't think I'm ever gonna say that.